Hey guys, JJ back here. This time to do a video on Angels versus Mariners games tomorrow night. I know it's been a few days since I did a video. I apologize for that. Was doing a bunch of bitch shit with the missus last few days. I'm sure most of you, men could attest to that stuff. But ultimately, I'm glad to get you another video here. So we pick up win with the Angels the other night with Harvey keeping them in that game long enough for the Angels to score some runs late and pull away. I tell you, I really think Harvey's going to have a good year this year overall. Hopefully, he doesn't become an arrogant prick again and stays humble and his work ethic's there. But I really think he's going to have a good year. Worth noting though that when I published that video, the line was plus 102. The game closed at minus 110. I need to be clear that I bet prices and numbers at minus 110. That game was a pass for me. Now, granted, it won, and you might have the truthers that say, oh, well, it won, so I guess it was worth the price. Well, no, it really wasn't worth the price because, again, we look for good prices, good numbers at plus 102. I even told you at minus 102 I was okay with it, but I had the game capped at minus 108, so once it gets to minus 110, it's no longer a play. The logic might sound crazy to some, but I can't stress enough that I'm hunting for valuable prices and numbers, and I get it that can be subjective, but don't fall victim to, lines moving after I do a video and waiting too long to bet it. Look, how lines move after I bet a game and then make these videos is really beyond my control. I can give you my assumptions on the direction it will move in, but ultimately I make these videos posting certain numbers I like and pricing I like, and if the lines move, don't just assume I'm going to continue to like them at a certain price, because that's never the case. No matter how high the juice goes, like maybe if the Angels went to minus 130 and you still bet them, like, no, absolutely not. We're here looking for prices and numbers. Just randomly betting games based on how they're moving or chasing steam, that's something novices do. Come on, we're all better than this. Now, if a line moves drastically and all of a sudden you find yourself dealing with some, fear of missing out, FOMO, I'd say wait for the opportunity to live bet the game, at better odds, maybe if the other team scores a run first, or something of that nature, so that you can get a better line. But don't be sitting there getting worse line, especially if it's a drastically worse line after I publish a video. Okay, so now on to the game tomorrow between Angels and Mariners. So seeing this line, Angels minus 110 on the road, total 8.5. The over there is minus 115. Now I'm going to tell you guys the play here is the over 8.5 at minus 115. So what a pleasant surprise the Mariners have been thus far. 6 games in, no less than 5 runs each game. They actually have scored 8 runs in 8. They've actually averaged scoring 8 runs per game. A total of 48 so far. This team has plenty of underrated bats that they acquired in the offseason, and they've actually paid off early. They keep their hot bats at home here on April Fool's Day, going up against Chris Stratton and his 5.09 ERA and 1.43 WHIP from 2018. Stratton's ERA last year was actually even higher on the road, and he gets absolutely pummeled by lefties to the tune of 5.52 last season. This spring was no different for this gas can, as he continued to spike his ERA, and righties actually ended up hitting him at a 294 average. Now, I get it, it's spring, but there's still some relevant data to be had, despite, whether a pitcher trying to figure himself out or, looking to build confidence. Either way, there was no confidence built from Stratton during the spring this year. No, Seattle doesn't have a lot of killer lefties, but they do have everyone firing on all cylinders right now. Malik Smith, Jay Bruce, Omar Narvaez, D. Gordon, they all, lead the pack of lefties, but they also got some hot righty bats right now that should be able to sustain some level of hits against Stratton. Now I'm talking up Seattle, and you may be thinking, oh, well, you probably like the over and Seattle, right? Well, got 4 words for you there. Hold your fucking horses. Felix Hernandez was one of my idols growing up, and he's actually going to be the pitcher this year for the Mariners. Now, when I say he's my idol, not in the sense that I dreamed about blowing him, but I always respected his game, and how good he was, especially young coming up. He always beat the Yankees, which I loved. Being here from New York, I fucking can't stand the Yankees. By the way, good luck for all you guys who've been rolling the minus 370 with the Yankees every day. I'm sure that's really been working out for you. Seattle's my favorite, been my favorite team since I was about 7 years old. Watching Griffey, A-Rod, the big unit together lose countless playoff series, despite being the most talented team year after year. Can't express how frustrating that was. But ultimately, this team has gone many different directions since then. And Felix Hernandez was their ace for quite some time, but he is just not what he used to be. As I mentioned, the Mariners have given up 8 runs. I mean, they've scored 8 runs per game, but they've also given up no less than 4 in any game. Now they start King Felix here, who's been an absolute dumpster fire the past few seasons, especially last year, rocking a robust 5.55 ERA. Now, maybe you're thinking, okay, he had a tough year, but he probably figured it out in the spring, right? Well, nope, wrong. Opposing batters actually hit him at 382 in the spring this year. This past spring, his ERA was in the sub 20s. Yeah, it's practically video game numbers. I'm not even joking. His ERA was in the 20s. Now, the other side of this coin is that the Angels are struggling to score. Now, they've only scored 9 runs in 4 games, but sometimes the bats can come alive when a batting practice machine shows up on the hill. Practically, Felix Hernandez is nothing more than a pitching machine these days. A living, breathing pitching machine. Now, this is one of the main reasons why I don't want to bet Seattle here, despite their hot bats, because Felix could be that magical Space Jam juice the Angels need to get those bats going. So, what do we have here to recap? We have a blazing hot Seattle team with regards to their bats against a below-average pitcher in Chris Stratton. We have the Angels who've opened the year cold but get a drooling matchup against Felix Hernandez. I have this total capped at 9.5, just based on the opportunities to score. Because ultimately, when you're betting totals, you're not betting really the numbers themselves. Don't get me wrong, you're looking for favorable numbers, but you're betting the opportunities to score. There will be plenty of opportunities to score in this match, just a matter of if they come through, and I really like the chances here. So I'll happily take 8.5 with a little extra juice. I don't mind 9, but do not pay extra juice at 9. So 9-110, if you see 9-115, the game is a pass, stay away. Again, this isn't, handicapping is about finding, advantages, line-to-line basis, price-to-price basis, so don't go too silly with it. Don't be jumping this number if it moves. But either way, really like the 8.5 at extra juice. So going to grab that over Angels, Seattle, 8.5 at -115. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you like the content, definitely subscribe to the channel if you are not already. If you did like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and drop some comments below on what you thought, maybe what you think of this matchup or some other matchups. Pretty big slate tomorrow in MLB, some early games as well, so looking forward to that. Want to wish you guys best of luck tomorrow. Thanks for viewing the video, and I'll be back soon.